Yo, what up? Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I'm Jose Martinez Jr. And tonight we're joined by a special guest. We got pro boxer Daniel Chucky Barrera. How's it going, Daniel?
Everything's going good. How about yourself?
Likewise, thanks for making the time. You're actually our first interview of 2023.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for making the honor. I think we already got some comments coming in here. We got from Skywalker says, "Salute, brother. Let's go." So first question we got for you, Daniel, is rather basic, but we like asking it just to understand how boxers kind of got their start.
Mhm.
And basically, it's how did you get into boxing?
Oh, yeah. So when I was a kid, normal kid after school, during the summer, not really doing anything, just playing outside with friends and stuff and whatnot. Um, but during the summer, my mom kind of got tired of me just being home. She
Uh huh.
wanted me to be active and be in a sport. And I've always liked like fighting as a kid with like my uncles, my dad, my cousins, all them. And then I liked watching boxing as well, so I just chose boxing. I said if we could go to a gym, and she said, "Are you sure? Like, why not soccer or something?" I'm like,
Uh huh.
"Nah, I think boxing. Let's try it out." And first 3 months in, and I fell in love with it.
Natural fit. And I'm curious about your nickname, Chucky. Does it have anything to do with the horror movies Child's Play?
I don't, not really. I don't think so.
How did you get that nickname?
My coach gave it to me when I was younger. I was sparring these two kids that were there for like 3 months, and it was like my second week into the gym or third week into the gym, and I started sparring. And I had hit them both with the body shot, and I made both of them quit. And he was just saying that ever since then he's gonna call me Chucky because I'm a killer in the ring.
There you go. There you go. It's a
Yeah,
great nickname. Great nickname.
thank you.
And then speaking of your early days, I do want to touch on your amateur career. What were your biggest accomplishments on those days? If I'm not mistaken, I think you had a 64 and 5 amateur record.
Yes, I'd say my biggest ones were the Junior Golden Gloves Nationals, the Western Elites Nationals, Silver Gloves Nationals, and then I think the Eastern Elites as well. I think that was one of them. Yeah, yeah, we won a lot of good tournaments, so it was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, quite the accomplishments. And last year you finally made your pro debut. On July 28th, 2022, versus
Yes.
Jesus Godinez, and you ended up winning that fight by third round knockout. Could you tell us about your emotions, kind of heading into that fight? And were you nervous at all once it came time to get in the ring?
Uh, Throughout the whole camp, I was like more excited than anything. I wasn't really nervous. But like closer to the fight, yeah, I started to get a little nervous. Start when I would start thinking about the fight in my head and stuff. And yeah, once I got in that ring or started walking out, that's when a little bit of the nerves kicked in. But as soon as I stepped in, it all went away, and I felt like really comfortable. Surprisingly,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah. And then your last fight versus Isaac Anguino was a draw. I know it wasn't the
yes.
result that you would have liked for that one. What would you have done differently to kind of make it a clear victory for you?
What would I have done?
Hmm.
Um, Probably use my jab more. Definitely fix my footing. I was tripping on his foot a lot, and a lot more combinations. I was looking for one shots, and I can see. I mean, obviously with the results that messed me up, but definitely a lot more jabs, a lot more combinations, and making sure my foot was on the outside. And then two, not dipping to the right. So I was kind of dipping to his left hand all day, even
Mm,
though it was like blocked for the most part. It's still, I mean, point to point. So yeah, I'd say those three things, and that's it. No, four
absolutely.
things. Yeah, that would have changed the fight tremendously.
Oh, absolutely. And you'll have opportunity to kind of get back in the win column, with your
Yep.
upcoming fight on January 27th, the 360 Boxing Promotions card. I see your opponent still listed as TBA. Have they kind of shared some names with you, or when are you expecting that to be finalized?
Uh, I had thought our opponent was final, but yeah, some kid named or some he's not a kid. He's 32 years old. Victor Hernandez, I
Uh huh.
believe. He's our opponent. He's making his debut, so should be a good action packed fight.
Awesome. Yeah. And talking about that fight, what can people expect from you when they tune in?
Oh yeah, very explosive. It's gonna be different than my first and second fight for sure. I'm more confident in my ability and my performance that I'm gonna have for that day. Just been working really hard, working to be really explosive, a lot of combinations. Just things that little things that are gonna be effective in this fight. Kind of like little feints here and there. Just set the tempo is gonna be really it, and very explosive.
Great. And I know you're not overlooking any opponents, but down the line, do you have a kind of a dream opponent in mind that you want to get in the ring with?
Yeah, if I can ever get big enough, Inoue would be a great fighter
Oh,
to fight.
the monster. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. I
Would
would
you
love
go?
that fight.
Would you go to Japan for that?
Oh yeah, of course. If any opportunity they give me, I would definitely take it.
That'd be great. And kind of, you're speaking of Japan. Now let's switch to venue. Do you have a dream venue you would want to headline one day?
Uh, Not really. No, I just wherever they put me, I mean, I'm ready to go. I don't. It would be nice to fight in Vegas, like everybody likes to, the MGM, whatever. But
Right.
it's not really one venue that's like, oh, I want to fight here. Nah,
Hmm.
just give me a date, give me a venue, and I'm ready to go.
True warrior.
Yes, sir.
And how do you prepare for fights? Do you watch a lot of tapes on your opponents, or do you kind of leave that up to your coaches and you just focus on your skill set?
Usually, if we do have tape on our opponents, yes, my coach will watch it, and so will I. So we'll come up with the game plan, and then, like with Godinez, we had a tape on him, and he was very easy to read because for that whole month of camp, I was watching it over and over, almost every day. And so his little movements, I knew he was gonna come rushing in, so I just stiff arm him or catch him with the right hand before. Um, Same thing with this kid Aguano. I studied him really well, but just once I got in there, started getting frustrated, I started making the mistakes of, you know. But yeah, I definitely do study my opponents if they have footage.
That's great. And then what's the furthest you've had to go to get good sparring?
Uh, Say Indio with Chocolatito, or where he's from Coachella. Yeah, yeah,
Also, yeah,
definitely him.
yeah. With SoCal traffic, even if it's close, I could I could take a while to get there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And we left at a good time. It still took us like 2 hours. Yeah.
Yes. So how was sparring with Chocolatito?
Oh man, it was just totally different. Big level change in like sparring, like the guys making their debuts and 4-0, 3-0, whatever. But sparring him was just like night and day difference. Like he, he's so patient, he's so calm, he's very active. He doesn't react to everything. He makes you react to everything. So it's like it helped me as a fighter calm down and slow down my pace because it's not like the amateurs where you have to go really fast or
Right.
now it's like different. You can sit on your punches, you can set them up into traps, and that's what I learned.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I bet it made you a better fighter. Picking up some tricks from a legend like Chocolatito.
Definitely. The sparring 4-minute rounds helped a lot with my conditioning.
Yep, yep. And then who's the hardest puncher you've been in the ring with, either in sparring or in a pro fight?
So far, I'd say Scrappy.
Oh, Scrappy out of
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
Hmm.
He hits pretty hard. Not as hard as I thought he was gonna hit. Because my friend he had set up the sparring for us, and he had said, "Be careful, like he hits hard, like he could crack, but it was never like I never got clean, never got hit clean because I was always moving or I had that footwork to be my defense. But yeah, he hits pretty hard. I'd say him.
Awesome. Yeah, no, speaking of people hitting hard, I don't know if you saw the Gervonta Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia fight.
Oh yeah, I
He,
saw the highlights.
yeah, no, apparently he hit him so hard that Garcia couldn't see.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He probably didn't want to come back out on the ninth round and get hit again. That's
yeah,
probably the hardest he's gotten hit.
yeah, absolutely. And then, going back to kind of your childhood, who was your favorite boxer growing up?
Mm, I used to watch a lot of Marquez, growing up, and Floyd.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, those two pretty, and Finito Lopez. I like those three.
Great
Really,
names.
really good fighters.
All right, and now flash forward to present day. Who do you consider to be the number one pound for pound fighter?
It's kind of hard right now. I'd say I can't really pick, but I'd say the one I like the most is Lomachenko, Inoue, and Crawford. I'd say those are my top three.
Yeah, Absolutely. I
Yeah,
think Crawford's my personal number one. But
yeah,
I still want to see him versus Spence to settle the
yeah.
score.
That's gonna be a good fight. Spence is big, so that's gonna be a little dilemma for Crawford, but I think he can still pull it off.
Mhm. Great. All right, and now we're gonna go into kind of what we call our fan segment. It's where I'm gonna give you some hypothetical fights or some confirmed fights, and you'll give me your prediction on who you think would win. If they're
Hmm.
50-50, too close to call, then you can always say that and pass. But for the first one, we saw Kazuto Ioka versus Professor Franco. That ended in a draw, but now it's rumored that Ioka is gonna be fighting Junto Nakatani. Who do you see winning
Oh,
that fight?
the left-hander, right?
The left-hander. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got Nakatani for sure. Yeah, he's a
Kind
good left-hander. Tall too,
yeah,
tall and lengthy.
and he's young too. It could be like a passing of the torch.
Yep, exactly.
See, all right, and we got a comment here for Skywalker. He wants a Spence Thurman prediction, so that's gonna be 154 pounds. Who you got?
Oh, easily Spence.
See,
Thurman, he gets hit too much. He doesn't really have that knockout power like that. What I think,
mhm.
Spence could walk you down. He's gonna push you back, and he's an aggressive southpaw, which is hard to beat. So I'd say Spence.
Yeah, I agree. I got Spence too. And my personal theory, I know Spence been hinting at moving up to 154 for a while. He may be
Hmm.
testing the waters and may stay at 154 if he can get that Crawford fight.
Yeah, I mean, he was already a big 147, so
Yeah,
he's gonna be even bigger at 54. Probably gain some more weight. He'll be fine.
agreed. All right, our next matchup, we also want to ask you about who would win out of Juan Francisco Estrada versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
That's a good fight. I think I think Rodriguez can pull it off only because Estrada's a little older now, um, and Rodriguez has the youth. He has the movement. He has the combinations. He has a good jab, and he's a left-hander, so he has the advantage on that already. But he's a good left-hander. He's a solid kid. So I think I got Rodriguez.
All right, and we got another comment here from Skywalker. He says, "Saludos, good luck on your career, Chucky."
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Skywalker. And he wants another one here. Donero or Estrada. That's another rumored fight. Donito Donero versus Juan Francisco Estrada.
I have Estrada, even though Donaire is fast and has a good background and he has pop. He's a lot older than Estrada, so I got Estrada.
All right. And then the final fight I want to ask you about, we mentioned him earlier, the monster, Naoya Inoue. If he moves up and fights Stephen Coolboy Fulton, how would that play out?
That'd be a good fight, but I still think in a way he has that explosive speed. He has pop. He has good combinations. As long as he can, keep his hands a little tighter, he'll be fine. So I got in a way.
Awesome. All right. Another comment. We got Just Do Boxing showing up. It says, salute, brothers, respect to the panel and chat. Salute,
Thank
Just
you.
Do. Hashtag the winning team. All right. And coming back to you, champ, what are some things you like to do outside of boxing? What are some of your hobbies and interests?
I like to just hang out with my family, my friends, of course. I also like golfing. I recently got into golfing, which is pretty
Oh,
fun.
nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I may not be able to fight Canelo, but I could come after him on the course. So he
Yeah,
he he's on my hit list.
yeah. I mean, the like you said, the weight classes don't make it possible in the boxing ring, but you guys can definitely get it in the golf
Yeah,
course.
definitely. He's on my hit list, and that'll be fun if we could ever get a good golf match. But
That'll be awesome.
say golfing. I also like working on cars too with my dad, so that's cool. Yeah,
All right.
it's fun to do.
Sweet. All right. Well, the final question is not really a question. It's kind of just giving you the floor. What's the message you want to send to your fans and supporters?
I want to say thank you guys for supporting me since I was an amateur. You guys been the best. 2023 is going to be an explosive year for me. I'm going to have a lot of fights, hopefully 4 to 5 fights this year, and guaranteed a good show for all you guys. And can't express enough how thankful I am, and thank you for supporting.
Absolutely. And everyone tune in on January 27th, UFC Fight Pass to see Chucky Barrera back in the ring. It's going to be a great card. That's going to
Yes,
be an exciting event. So
yeah,
definitely want to.
we have Trinidad, we have Flacco, and then we have Priest fighting some good opponents. So it's going to be action-packed card for sure.
Yeah. Well, actually, Priest just announced that he won't be fighting. His medical didn't clear. He had
Oh,
an
really?
injury.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
he had an injury. Yeah, he posted on his Instagram about like maybe 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
So
snap.
unfortunately, yeah.
That
So
would have been a good fight. Those are two good top prospects.
yeah, that was one of the fights I was most looking forward to. Is Joshon James
Yeah.
versus Eric Priest. We had both of them
Yep.
actually on the channel. Great guys. So hopefully
Yeah.
in the future that can be rescheduled for them.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be dang, that sucks. I was looking forward to that fight too.
Yeah, anytime you put undefeated prospect like that, it's a
Yeah.
classic. But
Yeah.
we wish you much continued success. You're on the right track, Chucky.
Thank you so
Again,
much.
thank you so much for making the time for this interview, and for everybody that's watching. Check out the banner to follow Chucky on Instagram. It's at Chucky Barrera 1. So give him a follow and stay up to date with his career.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you, Chucky. We'll be tuning in.
Alrighty, have a good night.
All right, have a good night. Later.